Hey everyone, it's Karen here from Arden Cove, and today we're sharing some great ideas of how to travel even when you're stuck at home. And I found out there's this temple in Bangkok where they put sunglasses on Buddhas. So given the current situation with COVID-19, a lot of us are at home, or we're working from home or in self-quarantine, and maybe some of us are in isolation. I know a lot of you guys love traveling, so do we, but we want to make sure that we're all staying safe and protecting ourselves as well as others. And these are just a couple ideas of how to make your stay at home a little bit more adventurous, have a sense of exploration and curiosity, and a little bit of that travel spirit even when you're stuck at home. So the first idea is really fun, especially if you have kids. This is something that my sister does with her family, which is have a camping trip at home. So this can be popping a tent up in the living room or your backyard, or even making a pillow fort in your living room. Is really fun with or without kids, honestly. But you can make some hot cocoa, make some snacks, watch a movie inside your little tent. I think that's just such a fun idea. Number 2 is watching some TV shows, movies, reading books that are written or are taking place in different countries, or even listening to music from different places. There's so much wonderful media that's made in different countries that you might have just never heard of. If you haven't watched Parasite, which I'm sure you guys heard of because it's won so many awards, but that's a great movie to watch. Bong Joon-ho, the director of Parasite, has this wonderful quote that says, "Once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films." I think that's just a wonderful sentiment. Carmen and I watch a bunch of Korean drama that we talk about all the time, so Carmen is going to send me a whole list of dramas that she recommends, and I'll either put it up on the screen right now, as well as leave a list in the description bar below. If there's any specific recommendations or starting points or jumping off points, I'll leave them in the description bar down below, so please check it out. Number 3 is checking out what's online. There's a bunch of great YouTube channels where people share their travels or their lives in different countries. We also create a bunch of content, so if you are interested, please check out some of our other videos. Please do subscribe and ring that notification bell to follow us and travel with us virtually. I've been obsessed with watching people converting their vans into like camper vans or off-the-grid vans. That's so fun. There's a lot of great Instagram travel accounts as well as Pinterest posts. That's a great resource for being inspired by some great photography or finding new blogs to follow. There's also a lot of travel podcasts. A lot of times we think that a lot of travel is quite visual, but podcasts are also a great option, especially if you are looking for something to listen to while you're cleaning or cooking. Number 4 is to explore Google Maps. Google Maps is kind of an amazing resource for photos. I use it all the time. The other day I was showing someone where I went to study abroad. I was showing them like, oh, this is the town I stayed in, and then I would live here, and then I walk down this street and eat at this restaurant. This was the bakery that I really liked and stuff like that. So it was kind of a fun way to like show them what I really enjoyed from my previous trips, and maybe someone can show you their trip. My dad loves just like scrolling around maps to see what different cities look like, and then going in and looking at street view or 360-degree view. So there's a lot of really fun things to discover just wandering around. I was doing this just today and I found out there's this temple in Bangkok where they put sunglasses on Buddha statues, and I was like, that's such a bizarre thing. And then I went on this mad hunt of like trying to figure out why people do this. So I think it will lead to a lot of questions, but a lot of fun exploration on the internet. And maybe you find the next place you want to visit in the future. If you are practicing social distancing and are staying at home a little bit more, it doesn't mean you have to totally isolate yourself. Remember that you can still reach out to friends and family and make sure you are staying social. So this can be easily done by having a video call or a phone call with loved ones. My friends are planning a video call happy hour, so we're just going to call each other and hang out for a little bit, which I think is such a cute idea. I had another friend participate in this live streamed poetry reading where different people just call in and read poetry, which is beautiful. So remembering that you can still have community events without being physically in the same space. That kind of ties into my next idea, which is a big part of traveling is like being in a situation where you're totally lost. Sometimes you go to somewhere where you don't speak the language, you can't read anything, you don't know the food, and learning about language is a really fun part of that experience. So maybe there's a language that you've been meaning to learn or you want to practice more. Take this opportunity to pick it up, maybe download an app or read some books about it. Also, you can go online and find some language buddies and FaceTime to practice your new language. So that's also a great way to be social while picking up a new skill. The next thing is kind of just something I do just for fun, but it's looking up different properties around the world or even just at home. It's kind of fun to just see how expensive houses are or inexpensive if you live in San Francisco and you look up a house in Texas. But I remember when we were in Hong Kong, we walked by a couple of real estate agencies for like crazy expensive condos and things like that. So it's kind of fun to see just what's out there. Another idea would be to look up cool hotels or Airbnbs you can stay at. It's just kind of fun to see like what kind of creative spaces are out there. Idea number 8 is that I love exploring different cultures by taste buds. It's a great time to try to recreate some of your favorite recipes that maybe you've had on your travels, or learn about a cuisine that you really enjoy eating. If you enjoy cooking, there's a YouTube series. Bon Appetit is like one of my favorite YouTube channels that I watch, and in it there's a series called Andy Learns, and he basically explores an entire cuisine of a different culture, something he's not very familiar with. So that's a really cool series to watch. He's done, I think, Sichuan food as well as Thai food, Palestinian food, and food from Senegal as well. So yeah, it's really fun to like learn about different cultures and kind of like staple dishes that they have and how they cook it, what kind of spices they use and things like that, because it is such a regional thing. If you have like a cookbook that you haven't opened yet, maybe it's time to crack it open. It's a great time to start baking from home and just like make your home smell nice and cozy. There's so many great food travel shows, like Anthony Bourdain is like so classic, and maybe after watching these shows you can recreate some of the recipes that maybe they show in it, or look up a recipe to make a dish that you see in a show. Maybe you're not such a good cook, you could also order takeout, but whatever you decide to do, it's a great way to learn about a different culture and have it be a really interactive experience. Another idea that I thought might be kind of fun is that if you are really into beauty and makeup and clothes, you might want to look up sort of fashion trends in different countries. Maybe it's not super interesting to everyone, but I think it's really fascinating, especially I'm such a history nerd that I love looking at old fashion and seeing how it's transformed over time, but also seeing what's trendy right now and what the cool kids are wearing. It's so different. Even just like makeup styles have have different trends, and in different areas they have different preferences of what they're trying to look like or convey with their outer appearance. So I think that's super interesting. Safia Nargard does a lot of fashion videos where she not only does some historical things, but also she did one where she transformed into a K-pop star, which is really fun, and she did one about Japanese Lolita and Japanese street fashion. So you can like bust out your makeup and try to recreate some of the makeup looks, or see what kind of pieces are already in your closet to like achieve a certain look, or do some online shopping. Number 10 is to revisit some of your old trips. I know I'm certainly guilty of this, but I take so many photos and videos from my trips that I just never deal with once I get home. I'm so behind, and actually there's a lot of videos that I want to edit and post onto this channel from my previous trips from even last year. Last year I went to Japan and had a lot of great footage that I need to deal with. Earlier this year in January I went to Hawaii, so just a lot of footage that I need to deal with, as well as photos that I need to edit and give to my friends who were on the trip with me. So this is a great time. You're stuck at home, you might as well, you know, do a little bit of organizing. Maybe print out some of your favorite photos and print them out, or make a photo album or scrapbook. Just be creative and have fun with it. Surround yourself with some souvenirs from your trip and just have, you know, all those great memories with you in your home. Number 11 is to explore at home. So unless you're on full-on isolation because you're sick, or as directed by your government official, you can still go outside. It's just recommended to not meet in groups. You know, just go out by yourself or with people in your household, and not come too close in contact with strangers. Stay like 6 feet away, I think, is the recommendation. But you can still go out, walk your dog, go on a run, go to the park, go on a hike, as long as you're being sensible and social distancing yourself. It's totally safe to go outside, but maybe explore, you know, a random street in your neighborhood that you've never walked down, or go to a park and have a nice walk. Definitely take care of yourself if you're like really miserable inside your home, I mean, not just like, you know, emotionally, but take care of emotionally too. You can still go outside and get some fresh air and sunshine. Number 12 is that you can plan your next trip. Probably don't book tickets or hotels at this very moment, because the situation can change and we don't exactly know when the situation will improve, but eventually it will get better and it will be safe to travel again. So it doesn't hurt to, you know, look up some travel destinations you might be interested in, enjoy some photos of different destinations, browse Reddit for advice. So I hope you're not too upset if you are stuck at home, or if you had to cancel travel plans, because eventually it will get better again. It will be safe to travel again. So just follow some of our tips, and maybe until then it'll be a little bit easier to get through. Finally, I want to wrap this video up with some advice or general tips from people who know what they're talking about, like the CDC and the WHO. Wash your hands. You should be practicing this all the time, but wash your hands often, very thoroughly, for at least 20 seconds with soap. Cover any sneezes or coughs with a tissue and throw that tissue away into a trash can that is lined. Clean and disinfect any frequently touched or used surfaces or objects. I went through my apartment and cleaned all of the doorknobs, handles, sink faucets, things like that. So just in general, cleaning is a good thing to do. That's what I've been doing to pass my time in my apartment. I've just been like on a cleaning rampage and deep cleaning every inch of my apartment. If you are sick, please stay home. If you are experiencing symptoms like a fever or a dry cough, please contact your healthcare professional, follow their advice on how to take care of yourself, but also how to take care of others. Don't touch your face and don't travel if you are sick. If you are traveling and you're coming home, please be safe and practice all the things that we mentioned. If you have just arrived home, it's recommended to self-quarantine for 14 days because it is possible to spread the virus before you're showing symptoms. It's just better to be safe than sorry. And for everyone who is staying home, like me and Carmen, I hope you guys are all well and taking care of yourself mentally and physically. I know there's a lot of social media posts about how grocery stores are empty and people are hoarding toilet paper and face masks. I hope you have what you need. Please do not hoard more items than you need because someone else might really need them. Things like face masks, it's really more important for people who are already sick to have those masks. For people who are taking care of people who are sick, like healthcare professionals and caretakers, they really need those masks. So please don't, take everything and then nothing is left for people who are really needing it to protect themselves. Things do change and things change very quickly in this case, so please stay up to date and read up on what the latest recommendations are and look up what your local advisories are saying because it may be different for where you live. But yeah, I hope everyone is staying safe. As for Arden Cove, we are okay. Obviously, it's a really tough season for any small business. Usually this time of the year is a great time for us, and right now it's definitely not. Usually people are buying bags for travel, and a lot of people are not traveling, so it is really tough. So thank you to everyone who is supporting us right now. Our bags are not just for travel, they're also waterproof, so it's great for people who are entering spring shower season. So thank you to everyone who is supporting us and keeping us alive right now. We're not alone. There's so many small businesses that are struggling right now. So if you do want to support small businesses or even local small businesses, there's a lot of things that you can do even without buying their product. You can like and subscribe and comment on their social media, subscribe to their YouTube channel, hint hint. You can tell them, what you think, recommend it to people who you think will care, like your friends and family. If you know someone who really likes to travel, recommend our YouTube channel to them or our travel bags to them. And if you do buy our product, please leave a review. Let others know what you think of it. Show it to your friends and family. Post it on your social media and tag them, and that really goes a super long way in spreading the word. If there is a holiday or birthday or whatever coming up and you consider buying a gift for other people from that company. If you're missing a birthday party, there's gift cards. Arden Cove has them too. So I don't know, there's just a lot of things that could help. And this is me shamelessly asking for help, but also asking you to support small businesses because they're going to have it super rough during this time. So yeah, that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like and comment and share, subscribe, send it to your loved one and suggest a video hangout happy hour with them. I hope you guys are staying safe, be well, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Stop listening to me!
Hi, Karen here from Arden Cove.